Hey everybody, we are back. I'm going to do a little short video on this Zebco 33. It's a little off center right now, got it halfway apart. If you remember our last fishing trip, the skunk, a couple of scenes, I showed her way off in the distance over there walking back. She was walking her line out, trying to. This has been suffering some casting issues, getting a little worse and worse. Okay, it needed restrung, needed some more line on it. Those of you that use spin cast know how that works. If they get too low a line, they don't cast good. So, okay. Just before we left, once we joined back up at the bluegill hole, I had her give it to me, and I looked at it. I popped that cover, look in there, see how much line. It could have used some more line restrung, but there was another problem. Now, I want you to keep in mind, this is the replacement reel for the rig that she lost overboard in the boat last year on July 4th. We replaced with the Rhino Tough rod and this reel. Later, we recovered both rods and reels that she had lost that day, but this was the replacement in the meantime. And she wanted to keep her original rod, and not risk losing it again because it's 30 years old. And there's some sentimental old-time value there. So with that, back to the story. This is the replacement. This was bought first week of July. I don't have the receipt. We replaced it pretty quick, so we could get her back fishing again. She'd be able to. So I'll hand off here. Now, this has been on, what did we say, 9 trips? 9 trips since we replaced it. Of course, we cleaned things up and put them up for the winter. Sorry about that focus there. So we're going to open this up, and if you'll keep it in view there. All right, let me get around here where I can do it. My hands just got wet from my water bottle. Okay, it's unlatched now. If I can just pull it off, right? There it went. So, okay, like I said, it was cleaned up. We clean our stuff up, wipe it down, put it up for the winter when we're done fishing. When I popped that cover off yesterday on the skunk trip, this is what I seen. Looking at me, I thought that is not good. Isn't good at all.
And it was stored inside all winter.
And we do store inside. So let me spin that bail off. Ooh. It's a rubber type bushing gasket. I'm not sure exactly what that is. A bit of a seal goes around that edge. It's just got some rust on it.
Well, it's not even sealed.
No, they're not tight. No, if they was a tight seal, you'd never spin it. Oh. So, with that, let me see if I can get some light here. Today, we go to looking at it when we got settled in and got some time. Here's what we are looking at on the inside. There's been absolutely no saltwater exposure. We don't do saltwater fishing.
And you can see that the mechanisms inside are perfectly fine.
And it's still a new reel. 9 trips. There's no telling how many casts in those 9 trips, but 9 trips. We didn't hardly fish at all this summer. Now again, this was, we do wipe our stuff down, clean them up, get the crud out, and put them up for the winter. So, This is the result of cheap materials made in you know where and shipped over here. Cheap materials. It's really disappointing for Zebco. Now that's pitted inside the spool there a little bit too. So anyway, cheap materials. I just wanted to give an update. Like I said, I was kind of watching her on the skunk trip, where she was walking it out back and back up the bank off there in the distance. I don't know that it showed up all that well on camera or not. But it would cast 15, 18, 20 feet there at the end. That's all it was casting. There was a combination of, it needed restrung. And having had such a few trips on it, I really didn't restring it this year. 9 trips, it's, but all this rust around there, roughing up the feed. Didn't have a smooth feed. You can feel how rough that is there on it. But there it is. Now we are going to contact Zebco. I'm going to send them pictures. If they contact back or even acknowledge getting it, will surprise me. This will absolutely surprise me. But we're going to see, and they're going to understand that I'm dissatisfied with them. And if this has turned into the quality of gear that they put out, I'm done buying Zebco after a lifetime of it, after a long lifetime of Zebco gear. So, 9 trips in fresh water. There it is, folks. If you've had any similar experiences, materials here lately, leave it in the comments. I'd like to know what's going on with Zebco. Is this a common theme now or what? Is this the way it is and the way it's going to be? I don't know. But really disappointing after a lifetime of their stuff.